1. A level PE, energy S systems questions. And answer S latest version already. Passed. How does the lactic acid system produce energy? Heavy check mark, it breaks down glucose without oxygen, producing ADP and lactic acid as a byproduct. Used in moderate intensity activities. What is the role of oxygen in aerobic respiration? Heavy check mark, oxygen is required to break down glucose and fatty acids into ADP, provident G energy for long duration, low to moderate intensity activities. Which energy system is primarily used during a 100-meter sprint? OE, the ADP PC system, as it provides immediate energy for very short, explosive movements. How does the aerobic system differ from the anaerobic systems in energy production? OE, the aerobic system requires oxygen to produce ADP, while anaerobic systems do not, producing energy without oxygen. 1/3. 2. What is the byproduct of anaerobic glycolysis in the lactic acid system? OE, lactic acid is produced as a byproduct of glucose breakdown without the use of oxygen. How long does the ADP PC system typically last before the body switches to another energy system? OE, the ADP PC system lasts around 10 seconds, after which the body starts using anaerobic glycolysis or aerobic respiration. What is the primary fuel source for the aerobic energy system? AOE, the primary fuel source for the aerobic system is glucose and fatty acids. What is the significance of the oxygen deficit during exercise? OE, oxygen deficit refers to the gap between the oxygen required for energy production and oxygen available, typically seen in the early stages of exercise. How does the body recover after the use of the lactic acid system? Heavy check mark, the body clears lactic acid through oxygen consumption during recovery, converting it back into glucose in the liver. 2/3. 3. What is the role of the liver in anaerobic energy recovery? OE, the liver converts lactate into glucose through a process known as gluconeogenesis. How does the body switch from anaerobic to aerobic energy production? What is the relationship between intensity and the predominant energy system used? Heavy check mark, higher intensity activities rely on anaerobic energy systems, while lower intensity activities primarily use aerobic systems. What happens during the recovery phase after intense exercise? Heavy check mark, during recovery. The body replenishes ADP and phosphocreatine stores, clears lactic acid, and returns to a resting metabolic rate. How long can the lactic acid system sustain ADP production before fatigue sets in? OE, the lactic acid system can sustain ADP production for about 1 to 3 minutes before lactic acid accumulation leads to fatigue. Powered by TCPF, www.tcpdf.org. 3/3.